People are making real estate decisions right now based on signals that don't apply to Myrtle Beach. Some buyers are waiting for the wrong reason. Some sellers are pricing like it's still a year ago. Both mistakes can cost serious money. Today, I'm breaking down what the Myrtle Beach market is actually doing right now, so you don't guess wrong. Hi, I'm Layne Mureddu. If you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or relocating to Myrtle Beach, this video will give you clarity. I work with people every week who are confused by headlines and ensure what applies locally. Today, we'll talk about prices, inventory, and buyer behavior, and what smart buyers and sellers are doing right now. Most people misread the Myrtle Beach market because most people rely on national real estate news. Those headlines focus on big metro areas, national averages, and markets that behave nothing like Myrtle Beach. This area is driven by relocation buyers, lifestyle moves, and second home demand. That means the market here doesn't react the same way or at the same speed. I talk to people who say, I'm waiting because I saw this on the news. And when we look at local data, that advice simply doesn't apply. Waiting on the wrong signal often leads to missed opportunities. So what's really happening with prices? Prices are not moving evenly across the board. Single-family homes, condos, and new construction are all behaving differently. Some price ranges are still competitive, especially homes that are priced correctly. Other homes are sitting longer and allowing more negotiation. This is no longer a market that forgives overpricing. Homes that miss the mark early often sit and eventually have to reduce. What that tells us is pricing strategy matters more now than it did before. So inventory levels, it's inventory that determines leverage, not opinions. When inventory is higher, buyers have more options and more negotiating power. This is what is referred to as a buyer's market. When inventory is lower, sellers have more leverage, and this is called a seller's market. Right now, both buyers and sellers assume they have all the control. The truth is, leverage depends on location, condition, and price point. There is no single answer, which is why strategy matters. Days on market means the speed of the market. Days on market tells us how confident buyers are. When homes sit longer, buyers start asking questions, even when nothing is wrong. They wonder, why hasn't it sold? Is it overpriced? Is something wrong with it? Momentum matters. Homes that launch correctly often do better than homes that chase the market later. This is especially important for sellers to understand. If you're watching this and thinking, I'm not sure how this applies to my price range or situation, just schedule a 15-minute call with me. Link is in the description. I'm happy to help you think it through. So what are buyers actually doing right now? Buyers today are cautious, but they are not gone. They're more analytical, less emotional, and more focused on value. They're running numbers, asking better questions, and being selective. The buyers who are succeeding are prepared buyers. The buyers who struggle are the ones waiting for certainty. This is a strategy market, not a panic market. It's critical for sellers to understand this is no longer a price it high and see what happens market. First impressions matter more now than they did before. Buyers today compare everything online, side by side. Homes that are priced right and prepared correctly still sell and sell pretty quickly. Homes that miss early momentum often struggle later. I'm seeing sellers chase the market down instead of starting in the right place. That costs time and money. Relocation buyers can often have an advantage. They're less emotional and more strategic. They can negotiate, be selective, and take their time. But that leverage doesn't last forever. The mistake relo buyers make is assuming today's conditions will still exist months from now. Local insight here matters more than general advice. The bottom line is, there is no perfect market, only smart decisions. Smart buyers focus on monthly comfort and long-term plans. Smart sellers focus on strategy, not emotion. Smart investors focus on rules and numbers. If you're trying to decide whether now is the right time for you to buy, to sell, invest, or relocate to Myrtle Beach, I'd love to help. I have people just like you reaching out every week. Some ready now, others are still planning. The easiest next step is to schedule that 15-minute call. Use the link in the description. If you enjoyed what you learned today and would like to learn more, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. And if you know someone who would appreciate this info too, please share.